Welcome back to CTV Morning Live, our final segment with Scott Watson joining us from Watson's Pharmacy and Compounding Center. I just want to finish off because we're almost at the end of the table, and then we're going to get to an email in 1 second because we were coming off of the bug repellent and you wanted add a little bit more information for people when it comes to that, and then into the sunscreens.
Right. So final one is the sunscreen bug repellent question. So should you use, which one goes first? Generally we use the sunscreen first, make sure that that gets into the skin and is working. Wait a time, it could be a little bit of time, but then you put on your bug spray after that. Okay, so that's the general recommendation. It's probably hard to remember all the time, but as long as you're not doing it at the same time, they do worry about the absorption getting more with DEET if you have the sunscreen application at the same time.
Because you want the sunscreen to actually, settle in and get absorbed. So allow that to happen, and then put the outer layer of the bug repellent on at the same time.
That's right.
Great.
The other one is I do have a young baby. I'm going out in the sun. How old can I start to use sunscreens? Well, so at least over 6 months, closer to a year is not bad. And then I generally recommend using just the minerals. So the zinc oxides, titanium oxides, the mineral-based sunscreens I think are better for young kids. There are these other technologies that people, Umbrella is one of the ones that people like, and that's got Mextrol technology, and it's one of the chemical-based sunscreens. It can absorb the sun's rays and deal with it that way, as opposed to mineral-based, which takes, it just leaves a layer on the skin and the sun will bounce off. So.
Different ways of going about them.
That's right.
Okay, and you brought the nice 45, and you didn't bring I don't think Umbrella does the number 4, number 8.
That's right. they stick to at least 15. That's right.
Yes. All right. Okay. Great information there. Yep. I do want to get to an email that has just come through, so we'll put that up. And this is coming to us from Laura. I'm 8 months pregnant and suffer from seasonal allergies. What allergy medications are safe to take, preferably non-drowsy, as she also has a 2-year-old to take care of?
Yes, and I always remember a conversation because I asked that question of my doctor when we had young children, and Dr. Hughes, and he and I were talking about this, and so we definitely steer clear of Benadryl, that first generation antihistamine, because that can cause the drowsiness.
Okay, so that's out for you, Laura.
But then any of the second generations, Reactin is the one that he liked, he had lots of experience with. That's generally the one I recommend, is Reactin. If people are coming in, because it's non-drowsy, it'll help with all the symptoms of allergies, and it is safe in pregnancy, and for women that are breastfeeding too. So. Well,
that's key. I mean, you're so concerned at that point, right? As to everything that's going in and being absorbed in the body.
And you know what? And it has that very small chance of causing drowsiness. If you have that 2-year-old around, you're
drowsy anyway. You are exhausted as it is. 8 months pregnant with a 2-year-old, Laura, you're just tired. Kudos to you though, and good luck with everything, especially too as we're heading into that part of the season. One thing that we didn't get to before we wrap things up, and this was an interesting observation here.
So yes, people, if those allergies are coming up in late August, September, it's usually ragweed, and so people with ragweed have to be cognizant that a lot of the herbal preparations are in that ragweed family. So things like bromelain, butterbur, this whole list, goldenrod.
Yeah, but chamomile, but echinacea, I was surprised to see there.
So that's
tarragon.
It's if you have that ragweed allergy, be cautious with any of these herbs. And echinacea, a lot of people take echinacea to fight a cold in the wintertime, but it can have that reaction, so just be cautious.
Interesting. A lot of information can be found on your website. Of course, you have the 2 different locations, the one on Main Street, the one on Wellington as well. All the information listed on your screen. There's, once again, Watson's Pharmacy and Compounding Center, 192 Main Street, as well as 1308 Wellington, www.watsonspharma.com. The number also listed there on your screen. Always a pleasure, Scott. Best of luck with everything.